is about taxonomical hierarchy. Now, what is taxonomy? Taxonomy is a science by which we place organisms into groups and subgroups. Let's give a background about this topic. There, in the starting lectures of biodiversity, I told you that the Earth comprises of many different types of organisms. They are plants, animals, then there are algae, and there are different various types of organisms inhabiting different parts of Earth. And it is very difficult for scientists to study them individually. Each organism cannot be studied, so we place them into groups and subgroups to make their features understandable and to study the organisms on the basis of the and any type of other organisms similar to that. For example, let's say that newly discovered organisms, some newly organisms have been discovered, and I tell you that it belongs to kingdom Animalia. So the first thing that will come into your mind is that it will be heterotroph, won't be able to synthesize food itself. So this is coming in your mind because of this very structured system scientists have developed, that is our taxonomic hierarchical system. Now let's look at the definition. It is a classification system organized into hierarchical system that allows scientists to categorize and understand the relationship between different organisms. So by this system, we categorize the organisms into groups, and moreover, we can study the relationship among organisms. For example, the organisms that are placed in the same hierarchical rank, they are more similar to each other, and they share more close evolutionary relationship with each other, and they'll be having more similar features. Now, the system has been divided in a way that the highest rank is more diverse. For example, the highest rank of the taxonomy hierarchical system is domain, and the lowest is species. So in domain, the organisms are very widespread. A lot of organisms are present in a domain, as compared to species that is specific for a specific individual. Now look, if we start studying about the taxonomical hierarchy, let's take an overlook of this system. It starts with domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. It's a funnel like system. As you go down the hierarchical rank, the organisms become more similar to each other, share more similar attributes, and they're more closely related to each other. And the highest the rank you study, there are more diverse organisms present in that rank. For example, let's take a look, and to memorize this, you can use this tip. Like domain is the first, then KP, COF, GS. KP is for kingdom, phylum, COF is class, order, family, and then a genus. So KP, COF, GS. You can learn it like this. Okay, so it would be easy for you. Now look at the first rank of taxonomical hierarchy system, that is domain. Now domain is the highest level of classification. Currently there are three domains, and in our previous class we have studied about domain archaea, domain bacteria, and domain eukarya. So there are three domains present in the most modern system of classification that include domain archaea, domain bacteria, and domain eukarya. Now the second rank after domain, just below domain, and now we are going down the funnel and we are becoming more particular. So more similar organisms will be present in kingdoms. Now look at, it is the highest taxonomic rank just below the domain. For example, eukarya. So eukarya is a domain, and I am giving you an example that in domain eukarya, the following kingdoms are present. For example, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae, kingdom Animalia. Now look at this, that kingdom Protista and kingdom are entirely different. Organisms are present in Protista, in Fungi, in Animalia, entirely different. Plantae even share the same domain with us, but they are highly different from us. So domains, you can see in a domain level, the highest rank, you can see very diverse organisms placed in the same domain. As compared to, you go down the system, now in kingdoms, kingdom Protista, the organisms are specific. Now in kingdom Animalia, you see some specific type of organisms. So as you go down the funnel, you become more specific, and the organisms become more categorized. Now look at the next rank in the classification system, and that is phylum. Now in phylums, organisms, this is the next level of organization below kingdom, and in organisms, phylum share basic body plan. So they have almost a same type of body plan, and they have similar significant features. For example, in phylum Animalia, in kingdom Animalia, it's a kingdom. In kingdom Animalia, chordates, this is a phylum, they all have a notochord. So they all have a notochord at their posterior ends. So in kingdom Animalia, all chordates are a specific phylum. They all have a notochord. So we are becoming specific as we go down the ranks. Now look at class. In this level of organization based, more common specific traits. Now we are becoming, or those organisms are even more similar than present in a phylum. For example, in chordates. Now chordates was a phylum. Mammalia, this is a class. In this class, those organisms are present which have a mammary gland and they have body hair. So their main characteristics are they would be having mammary glands and they would be having body hairs. Now come to the more specific rank, that is order. In order, organisms with additional shared characteristics, that is they're more specific now, and evolutionary history, very close evolutionary history, are placed in the same order. For example, in class Mammalia, primates, now this is an order. In primates include organisms with large brains, and in this order we include apes, monkeys, humans. So in class Mammalia, there is an order primates in which those organisms are placed which have large brains, and they are even more developed. Now look at the next rank below order, that is family. Organisms showing more precise common attributes, that is showing very precise common attributes. They are more, even more closely related organisms than that were present in order. They are placed in one family. For example, in order primates, family Hominidae, that is our family, include great apes and humans. So family Hominidae include only apes and humans. Now look at genus. What is a genus? Includes grouping species. Now species, some few similar species are grouped that are very closely related to each other, and even you cannot differentiate between them visually. That is, by looking at them you can not differentiate that they are two different species. You may get this idea that they are some same organisms. So in Hominidae, genus Homo includes human and their close extinct relatives. So our extinct relatives are apes. They are included in genus Homo. Now come to species level, which is the lowest rank in the taxonomical hierarchy system, and you should know what is the highest rank in the hierarchical system and what is the lowest rank. Species. It represent a single type of, or only one type of organism is present at this level that can interbreed in nature and produce fertile offsprings. So they can interbreed in nature and they can produce fertile offsprings. For example, Homo sapiens, that are we humans. Now let's give a quick overview to today's lecture. We have studied about taxonomical hierarchy, and domain was the highest rank. Then comes kingdom, then phylum, then class, order, family, genus, and species. And it is a very important lecture. Usually comes in exams in various different types. You could short question, even long question from this topic, and I hope it is clear.